Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rohit and this is the 15th sessions of the catalog real-time training. In this training, we'll basically talk about the record producer. We had a long journey. We talk about the normal catalog item, variables, workflow. We talk about the order guide, and now today we'll talk about the record producer. The very first thing is that why we will talk about the record producer, because record producer will directly create a incident or problem or change. So basically, any task can be created directly from there. There can be a question like, how can we, from the catalog item, we can run script, and through the run script, we can create the incident problem change, right? So what is the difference between record producer and that catalog item? So if you see, if there any sensitive data that you don't want to, or that you don't want to go to the RI team, and that you don't want to follow that RI team or request path, in that case you can create a record producer do not generate any RITM request or task. It will directly generate incident problem change, but there is a one disadvantage. Record producer normally don't have any workflow, and record producer normally don't have any approval stuff. So record producer directly create a incident problem change in your system. Okay, so normally the record producer used for, let's say example, to generate, if you have any issues, you can go to a record producer and do give all this information, and it will generate a incident for you. So today we'll talk about one of the record producer or item, we can say that application issues, something like that. So if you see here, we have pretty much in the top, whatever we have earlier discussed, pretty much same kind of thing. The item name is the application issues, and these are the variable stuffs. So we'll discuss first one by one. So there is nothing new in these detail sections, and the variable section we are going to create the request by the way we have done. We'll create impact and urgency, these two fields, and impact and urgency will become from the incident table. And then we'll create a variable called system, or variable set called system, that is multi-row variable set. So we call that MRV as multi-row variable set. And in this variable there will be three questions, and then we have a short description, and inside the short description we should have a contextual search. So basically this will be our catalog item, which will be present to the incident table. So we have a table, and table will be incident. So whenever that the record produced somebody will be ordered, it will be directly generate an incident. Okay, so let's get started. To create a record producer, you have to type in the left navigation called record producer. Under this record producer, if you see this record producer module, there are already many record producers there. You can create your own record producer here. Let's simply click the new button, and then the very first and the primary field or the mandatory field is the table name. So for which table I want to create the record producer, and it will be show all these table name. So basically whenever you order this record producer, it will be directly create a record on to this particular table. So let's say if I select the incident, somebody ordered this catalog item, directly they will create a incident for that. So let's go back to our Excel sheet. So our catalog item or record producer name is the application issue. So this is the catalog item name. Nothing new in the short description, everything as it is. We discuss about short description, and the meta. These are the common factor for all these catalog item. Here is a new things called script. We'll discuss that further. We have an icon and picture like the other normal catalog item. We have a redirect to generate task record or catalog homepage. So whenever somebody ordered that, they should go to this the incident table, incident record, or the particular record, task record, or they will go to the catalog homepage. We'll try these options or explore these options a little bit later. Now we have accessibility. Under this accessibility, we need to be select the service catalog. So we'll say that service catalog here, and then catalog will be, I'll still select the office. We can select any other options. So generate record, we have a template. We are not going to select anything right now. And the portal settings, similarly that mandatory attachment, all those stuffs. We'll just submit this record producer. So this is our very first record producer steps. The creation of the record producer, you fill all these informations one by one. Again, once you created that, the regular informations like variable set, catalog UI policy, catalog client script available for, not available for. These are the options are available for all these across this module like catalog item. Now, as per the Excel, the very first thing is that we have to create a variable called requested by. So I'll go and create a variable called requested by. So let's say I will create my first variable requested by. And here, if I tap that, it will have the requested by. And order equal to, I'll say the 100. And then it will be a reference field the way we are using, and then some of the things that I'm repeating because the similar kind things of because similar kind of things we have to do for as part of this development. Now in the default, I'll select the JavaScript. gs.get user ID. So that's it. I'm not doing read only at that moment. So this is my first variables, and let's see what happening into that. If I try it here, by default it have a system administrator, and this is the title, and this is the short description. Now if I submit that, it won't generate any catalog. I mean it won't generate request or item. If I click submit, it will directly generate a incident. Let's see. Now you can see what it's directly generate a incident. But here is the thing. If I open this record producer, let's open the record producer again that I have created. So now let's assume that this requested by, this field should be when somebody submit this record producer, this value should be mapped to the incident caller. Okay, so how do we do that? So for that, what we have to do, I have to go back to the this record producer. Under this record producer, you can do in a two-way. The very basic way I will tell you that the first thing is that you can have in the variable you have options called map to variables. So if you open these variables, in this variable you can see there is a one checkbox called map to fields. So map to fields means that when you click the map to fields, this question, if you see right now, question name is requested by, and then the backend name is requested underscore by. So if you click the map to field, you have a options to select the field name where I want to map. So let's say I want to map to the caller. Once I select the caller, you can see the name field automatically change to the caller underscore ID. It means that this field is mapped right now. I will just save that and try it. Once I click try it, I should be able to submit that record producer. And once I submit that, the caller name is pre-populated with my name. Previously it was not coming, now it is coming onto the my name. So that is working fine perfectly. Now go back to our requirement sheet. The first is working fine. Next, they are asking that to create a variable called impact and urgency. So how do we do that? Impact and urgency. Impact and urgency, these drop down are already present. We just need to be use this drop down to get this impact and urgency. To get that, what we can do, we can simply go back to this configure dictionary and create a field called impact. And these impact and urgency are coming from where? If I right click and configure dictionary, so if right click and show choice list, this is coming from a choice list table, right? So impact, this is coming from there only. So what we'll do, we'll go back to here and create a record. Now here we'll say the question is impact. Okay, and once I select that, it is showing the impact. Right now we'll select the map to field, and then map to field is the impact. All right, now we have a options called lookup select box. We'll select the lookup select box. We'll select lookup select box. Now we'll put the order equal to 200, and once we select the lookup select box, we have a options to look up that table. So our case, the lookup table is the sys choice list table. So sys underscore choice, this is our lookup, and then here the variable, the value, the thing is that we should show the label. So we'll select the lookup field value is the label, and here we have to put the reference qualifier. So let's put the reference qualifier is, I'll copy this query and right click and paste here. So these will be the reference qualifier. Let's JavaScript colon, and let's put in this way. Select name equal to task, something like that. I'll do that. And let's update and see that what is happening. So you can see right now we are getting high, medium, low. These are the value, but we need to be include the none. So for that, what I'll do, I'll configure that and update that none in the drop down. Also, similarly, I need to create urgency. So I'll go back here, and for urgency, we have to, if I right click on the incident table and show choice list, I should be able to get the urgency also. So for that, I'll create the lookup select box, and here I will select the sys choice list, and here we'll say that urgency, that order will be 300, map to value, map to field, this will be urgency, and now label will be label, and here reference qualifier will be, if you see here, I'll copy this query and then JavaScript colon and name equal to task. This will be my urgency. So let's submit that and go back to the record producer one more time. So you can see that impact and urgency both are showing right now properly. So what I'll do, you will update there so that it can show the include none. So if I scroll down, so we have created 100, 200, and 300. So I'll open impact and urgency right now. And these two have a lookup, and I'll just check that include none. Save. And here also I will select include none and save. Now next question, if you see here, it is asking that we should create a variable set called system, and that should be MRVS, will multi-row variable set. We'll do that in a little bit. Before that, we have a short description, and then based on the short description, it should search the contextual search. So let's first create this one variable called short description under let me 600, maybe I want to make some gap here. So I'll create a question called short description. Okay, and I'm not mapping here. It will be mandatory, and just submit that. So order will be 600. Now, what we are asking actually, whenever you type something called laptop is not working or something like that, it should do a contextual search. What does it mean by contextual search? If you go back to the incident first, and whenever you are going to create an incident, if you try type here, there will be a contextual search. If you see here, when you search like how to something like that, search, there is a one, you can see the contextual search, which is searching that on basis of whatever you are searching, right? So it is searching on that. So I want that this functionality on my catalog item, so on my record producer. This is called contextual search. How I can include that? So for that, what I have to do, I have to create one more variable under this short description called 700. The order will be 700, and then question will be search, and then type will be macro, if not then custom. And here we have a option under the type specification, we have a macro cx. So this is the contextual search. So if you see cx as record producer search, we need to select that, and then under this widget we have to search that contextual search. So these two we need to be add here. Okay, and now that's it. We just have to be submit that. Once you submit that, and if I search, and let's see if this is working or not. So let's say I am searching that laptop. It is not searching. For that, one more configuration we have to do that. We have a record producer configuration. So under this contextual search, we have a record producer configuration. We need to create a record here. So for that, I'm going to create a new record. So first, I have to select the record producer. My case is the application issues. This is the record producer. And in this search context, I have, if I see here, I have a search called incident definition. So I'll select that, and search variable, I have to select the short description. So based on the short description, it will start searching that. So let's submit that, and let's refresh and see the contextual search is working or not. So let's say laptop, and you can see this contextual search is started working. Okay, so that way that you don't need to raise this request, you can directly go and order this catalog item. Instead of this one, you can, it will search related search record for your question, and then it help you to directly order that. Now if you see impact, if I select impact and urgency, it should create a record onto this our incident table, right? So let's submit that. Once I submit that, it will be generate an incident with so now you can see all these variables are populated. Now this incident, caller, everything is populated properly. Impact, urgency, and it's calculate and showing the priority. Now that is perfectly fine, and contextual search also working fine. Now the next question is that how do I, so whenever this record producer will be submitted, instead of this short description, I want to pre-populate some of the phrases, and then only I want to set the short description. How do we do that basically? So if I go back to our record producer, we have a record producer here. This is the application issue record producer. So what we can do, we have a here called here we can write some code. So we'll say that current dot short description. So this is the incident field. So current dot short description is the incident field, and here what we will do, we will type that producer dot, and if you say, if you want to put these variables value there, you just need to put the backend value. So this backend value is the short description. So I will put this value here in this producer the short description. In that way we can map that. Now if we want to put some predefined text, let's say that application issue, this will be always static whenever you raise the request, you can do that. Okay, so this way you can do that value, and then let's save that and try it how it's working. Now if I just refresh this form, and let's say I will select hi, and then we'll select hi and then testing, something like that. It is searching based on that, and once we submit that, you can see my hard-coded value application issues plus testing is pre-populated. Okay, so this way we can set some of the value I mean by either script or maybe by map to variables. We have options called map to variables, map to fields. You can do that, and then it will be pre-populate the fields name. So that's it for today. If you have any question, let me know in my comment section. Thank you very much. Have a great day.